What is up? Today is December 18th, 2019. This is J&J Boxing. Yeah, 18th, 19th, something like that. But hey, this is J&J Boxing. I know I'm off on the 19th. But J&J Boxing, I'm Blaze Jays. I'm here with my man Jordansky. You know what I'm saying? And we out here representing, whatchamacallit? You might want to get that little thing on, the little towel.
Shit,
hey, it's all good. It's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. I just want to make sure the whole fam out there can see what's going on. So, we got a couple of things to talk about. Some college football news, some NFL news, some NBA, and you already know the boxing. You already know how that go down. So, first things first. Did you hear the NCAA president?
Yes, the NCAA.
He running around here trying to sell this shit because he's mad that college football players can that soon they will be able to get money for their likenesses. I'm for that 100%. I don't think they should be able to get paid. I don't know how Jordan feels on that, but I don't think they should be able to get paid for the simple fact that if you pay the football and basketball players, then you got to start paying the swimmers and the lacrosse players and shit like that. But I do think they should be able to get money for their likeness, though. I think that if they want to get money for autograph signing, or if they want to get money for, to put their name on NCAA football 2020, 2021, hypothetically, if they want to do some shit like that, I'm perfectly cool. Like, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I think the only thing is, I'd say short of endorsements. I don't even like that the schools can sign endorsements with, say, Nike or, say, Under Armour. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of think that's bad. Maybe I would do an exception for Oregon and Nike because, Nike's in Oregon or Under Armour in Maryland. Maybe I would do an exception for that. But for the most part, I don't really like that even the schools sign these endorsement deals with these companies. So I don't think the players should do that. But I'm for the players getting money off their likeness, though. I'm with that. And the president of the NCAA is against that. Jordan, how do you feel on all of these issues and
we talked about this before, back when they did the big roundup on all the basketball players, that the big list that came out of all those guys. You talking about guys getting from 10 stacks all the way up to 50 stacks, and they're getting their families relocated, expenses paid for, and getting their people's good jobs and all that stuff. Shit was crazy. Now, I like that they are allowing those guys to get paid for their likeness, because that cuts off a little bit of the stuff, because now that they're able to get money while they're playing, because they're getting a full ride scholarship, okay, but these guys also need money too while they're not near their families. It's already hard for their families enough. They need a scholarship for a reason, so it's hard for their families enough to provide for them while they're in school. So them being able to get paid for their likeness, I don't care if it's they're going out to doing autograph signings, doing pictures, doing whatever. They should be able to do that, and they should be able to get money for that, not being able to not like the school making money off of them is messed up for real. So I think that this is a good idea because it helps them get money. But like, do I agree with the sponsorships when it comes to like Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok? It can be anybody. Do I agree with that when schools can pick individual ones? I don't know, because that kind of that does create kind of it creates a crazy jet stream into the NCAA too. It kind of pollutes it a little bit, because now it's like,
particularly in basketball.
Yeah, especially in basketball too, because that shit is strict. Like, if your school is a Nike school, you cannot wear Adidas shoes. So
but kids want to come to those schools that are represented by Nike more than Under Armour, and it creates
a, as I said, it pollutes it. It creates a jet stream, and it pollutes it, because now these kids aren't going there because of, like, say,
the
education
or
the
whatever.
Tradition of the school. It's like, nah, man, they got Nike jerseys, I'm going over there. But
right.
I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that's the case majority of the time anyway. I don't think
for the big prospects, it is, because they look at it when they go to the league. When they have this association with this Nike school,
they can get, and then they'll get a sponsorship from Nike. That's true shit. That can be true, but I don't think that's in most cases. I think that these kids go to schools where they know they're gonna get their chance to get to the league. Like I think that's their mindset already. Like I'm trying to get to the league. What's gonna be the best program that's gonna get me there, and who gonna be the best coach that's gonna get me there and get me ready so I can go there. Whether it be 1 year or 2 years, who gonna get me there. So that's how I feel about it. But man, for it to be the NCAA though, like I said, it still creates that jet stream and pollutes it. So it's still it's a good and it's a bad thing. But hey, I understand his gripe because he's probably like, man, damn, this messes it up because we were getting money.
They messing up his pockets.
Now we gotta give them money. Now we gotta split the money for real. Split the money with them for real.
And was it Mitt Romney who said we don't want to see Ferraris on campuses? Like, boy, shut up.
Yeah, shut your damn mouth. You sound stupid because it's you can do this in certain ways where if they were to create an NCAA game, I'm just saying this is hypothetical. If they were to do it, you're already going to give money to the schools. So you say, all right, this is the money we giving y'all. The proportion of this money, you have to. The likeness of any player that was their likeness was used, you have to break them off the piece of this money, and you have to do it by I don't know how you're gonna separate it, but you can separate it equally, or you can do whatever you want. But that can be a way for them to do it. So the schools still get money and the players get money, and it's a 50-50 for real. The schools get money, the players get money. That's how I see they can do it. But that shit's gonna be crazy.
Hey, one thing that I heard someone bring up was that it might be difficult because as fans we think, oh, bet they can create another NCAA game. Well, just this point, before they didn't have to pay the players.
And that's why I say hypothetical because you got to think about it.
Think about how many guys who are on a college football roster.
That's what I'm saying. You got to think about
70 guys.
But you got to think about it on EA's end too. Like now that
they got to pay these guys. What do they pay the guys? Do they give Trevor Lawrence more money, or do they give the guy who's at the bottom of the depth chart? Do they give them the same amount?
That's what I'm saying.
And then do they pay all those guys? Think about all the schools in the NCAA. If they have to pay all these guys, so it would maybe they're only going to pay like the top guys, like the top 2%, like the superstars and the top playmakers, but then leave the rest as whatever, just kind of create random guys because they don't want to get involved with that lawsuit again. I don't know. I mean, it's going to create a difficulty, though. It presents a new roadblock, being as though the guys can get money off their likeness. Oh, NCAA is going to come back. Yeah, well, how is EA Sports going to go about it?
It's always a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be too complicated to try to split that shit up.
Or to try to predict how the shit's gonna go.
However they were doing it before is like, all right, we're going to keep.
They was just paying the schools before.
All right, we're gonna keep the same structure. Now the schools have to use part of that money to pay the players, because you only got the 72 players that make the roster, that are on the roster, on the final roster, and when it comes on the game. And you don't even have the coaches' names on there, so you have the players. So now you got to think, now you have the coaches' names on there now. Because now you're playing the players, the coaches already getting paid. So now we can use maybe we can use their likeness now too, so we can put them on the game. So what the hell is going to happen with that then? Because that shit's going to be crazy too.
They're going to pay the coaches and pay all them coaches.
So now you got to look at it from like EA's or anybody else's standpoint. You got to think about it from the school standpoint too. It's going to be like, damn, this is going to be crazy. So that's why I say hypothetical. The NCAA game is like not in the near future.
Yeah.
I think a fight night game is closer than an NCAA game.
But even that, man, it's going to have to come out on the PS5. They're not going to make a fight night for the P4. So if fight night is on the way, it's not going to come until 2022.
They were smart. They would make that joint for the P4 for real.
It's too late in the development process.
Yeah,
I like Fight Night Champion, man. I feel like I'm good at that joint.
Or they can update that joint.
Yeah, and that joint's not even on the PlayStation joint. You can't even buy it in the get it for the P4. That's just pretty whack. But I digress though. So anyway, just an interesting situation within college athletics. Just how the whole paying process or how to do more for the players. And I'm always for that, doing more for the players. I mean, there's no way any player, any football or basketball player at a top D1 program should be hungry. You know, there's no way. Like, I mean, they should definitely do more for the players, but at the same time, like I said, I don't feel like paying the players is a good solution because then I feel like it opens Pandora's box. So, just an interesting discussion though. But I'm totally for the them getting paid off their likeness or them getting paid for autographs. Or I definitely think they should be able to get a job like off campus. Like like they can't do that. They ain't athlete on scholarship. They can't
and that's
get a
bullshit
job.
because
And
now you leave them to the mercy of, all right, do you got a meal plan? Do you got this? Do you got to worry about your peoples? Now you putting stress on the family even more. Even though they got a scholarship now, it's like, damn, man, we got to make sure we got to send money out. And I got to make sure I'm getting money, but I can't stress them out because they got to take care of shit at home. So it's like, why not let these guys go out and get a job? That shit would have been good if y'all was letting these motherfuckers get jobs and y'all wouldn't even have that problem. You let them get jobs, you wouldn't even probably have that problem.
yeah,
It's an autograph. What the fuck is it going to hurt anybody? It's like he's just signing his autograph. You take a picture of him and you sell it, and it's cool. But if he takes the picture
And
of
sells
himself
it.
and sells it, it's a problem.
right.
That's kind of messed up, and I don't like that. And then you sell a jersey with a number on the back of it, knowing that it's his number, and you sell it at probably at the school shop. And you sell that, and then it's okay for you to do it. But if he takes a jersey, signs it, it's his jersey, same one, and he wears it, his number, and he sells it, it's a problem.
Right, absolutely.
That's messed up. So I can see it from the athlete's perspective as well.
Chris Webber said that. He said they were selling my jersey in the bookstore for $50, but I couldn't put gas in my car. He ain't getting none of that $50.
And that's messed up.
And I think he should be able to get that though. I think they should be able to sell his jersey in the bookstore, and I think he should be able to get a cut of that money.
I think he should too.
And so, anyway, just like I said, just an interesting discussion for what it's worth. Let's see. I know Maryland plays Seton Hall tomorrow basketball. I think that's a 50-50 game. Seton Hall is ranked 22. I think Maryland went down to 7 after losing to Penn State. Penn State is ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 1996. Man, that's crazy. Penn State, they got this good player. I think he's an African dude. I'm not 100% sure, but Cosby balling. Like he's a forward. Like I think he plays power forward. Cosby hooping. I don't know if he's gonna get drafted or play in the NBA. Probably be like the 50th overall pick by the Houston Rockets in the second round, type shit of the 2020 draft. But hey, Cosby hooping though, nonetheless. And anyway, so Maryland plays Seton Hall tomorrow. Should be a good game. Hopefully Maryland can do their thing. Don't get busted.
Mother, for real, please don't get busted. Be
By
Seton
Seton
Hall,
Hall.
man. Please be Seton
Seton
Hall.
Hall's tough. Seton Hall's tough.
My brother can do it, man. But how about them Jacksonville Jaguars firing Tom
Oh
Coughlin,
yeah, man. That was stupid in my opinion. Weren't they just in the AFC Championship game like 2 years ago?
Damn, and Nick Foles got guaranteed money too.
They probably mad at that. Probably mad trading Jalen Ramsey. Ah man, that's a crazy situation in Jacksonville. So
But at least they got DJ Chalk to look forward to. That boy's a beast. DJ Chalk is a beast.
yeah,
Get him
man.
a nice day. Get him a quarterback. I mean, I'm not saying Nick Foles is not a quarterback, but the injuries, man. He's just injury prone. When he's healthy, he's okay, but it's like he's just.
I was hearing that they might have fired Tom Coughlin because he didn't want to get rid of the coach Doug Marrone. I don't know how true that is, but supposedly the organization wanted to part ways with Marrone, and when Coughlin disagreed, they said, "All right, how about we get Coughlin up out of there?"
Say five Coughlin instead.
So, anyway, pretty crazy situation in Jacksonville. Hey, let me tell you about a stupid ass bet I made on Monday. It was retarded. So I was betting, and I was up I had 50 on my account online, and so my dumb ass took put 25. The Saints were winning like 34-0, and it was like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So my dumb ass took the Saints. I put $25 in the Saints to cover the 34.5. Just to, you know what I'm saying, get past. All they needed was a field goal, because I thought they were going to get the shutout of the Colts, and I thought they were going to potentially score some points in that time. These motherfuckers gave up a touchdown to the Colts, and they ain't scored nothing. My shit looked dumb as a motherfucker. Like, I don't know why I did that dumbass shit. And then tonight I put a little parlay. Everything was going good, but then I took the Mavericks, who beat the Bucks the other day. I took the Mavericks to beat the Celtics at home, and the Celtics got the dub. And I'm mad at the Celtics, too, because I bet on them to beat the Sixers the other day when they were at home, and these motherfuckers lost. So, anyway, man, my betting situations ain't been going too good. Maybe I gotta put some more money on the account. Hey, man, never slow down. Always gotta keep betting. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. As long as you got bullets in the chamber, keep on shooting that motherfucker. But hey, the one thing though I want to say about the NFL though is my motherfucking Redskins. I was thinking about a situation, Jordan. Tell me what you think. So instead of naming that Urban Meyer the president, instead of naming him GM or coach, they just named him the president. And then we got this other dude, I forgot his name, like Eric Smith. I think his last name's Smith. We got a dude in the organization. Promote that motherfucker to GM, for real. And fire Bruce Allen, bitch ass. Get Bruce Allen, dumbass, up out of there. And then, as a head coach, we get the offensive coordinator from the Chiefs, Eric Bieniemy. He's playing in the league back in the day. He used to play for the Chargers and shit in the 90s. So he's the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs. Eric Bieniemy, the dude from within the organization, and have Urban Meyer be president. I don't know if Urban Meyer going to be with the shits, but do you think that would be good? Like, I would really like Eric Bieniemy as coach. Like, I think he's done a good job as the Chiefs offensive coordinator.
Andy Reid did just say that he would be an excellent coach.
Yeah, man.
You blessed him right there, man. And he is. You know what's crazy about that shit, though? That's a sidetrack, though. I'm sorry. The fucking Browns traded up for Mitchell Trubisky and passed on.
The Bears traded up. But they only traded one pick, though. So but it was a stupid-ass decision. No, I agree. I've actually mentioned that on the show before.
But back to the Redskins, though. I would really like for Urban Meyer to be president and GM for real. Like, he should take over. If it's going to happen, I would like Urban Meyer to be president and GM.
He run the whole front office.
For real, because...
Kick Bruce Allen ass
Get out of there, Bruce. You're done, son.
And then we just hire Eric Bieniemy as coach.
Yeah, because I think that joint would be tight. Because I know they did say Urban Meyer was like he doesn't think he wants to coach again. So
he could run the Redskins organization. And I don't know. See, the thing is, Bama's be like, oh, how can a college coach translate to the NFL? Running an organization is more like, I feel like running a college football program, being a head coach of the college football program, than being a head coach in the NFL. Like, I feel like he could do that. Like, he could interact with players, and he could try to make the right personnel decisions and stuff like that. I feel like he supports Haskins. He's up in the booth. I run this shit. I'm GM. I'm president. I run all this shit. Like, I got guys lower than me, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dan Snyder ain't gonna fire me. He gonna give me a big, fat, juicy contract. Give me like $50 million over the next 5 years, and let's run it. Bring Eric Bieniemy in, and let's do it. Haskins, let's go.
I would think that would be tight, though.
Yes, I think so too. I would be so pumped if like 3-4 months from now, that's how the shit was situated.
Because that would be good for like I think that will even be better for Haskins. Haskins would probably be like, man, they got coach here, and he's the president and GM, and he's behind me, and he's like, yo,
yes,
leaving me, oh snap, and we got a new coach.
And we got the Chiefs offensive coordinator who's about to bring a vicious ass system up in here. We about to cook shit. Hopefully we can get a vicious defensive coordinator. Josh Norman got to go though. Josh Norman, bitch ass.
Yeah, he's some cut.
I'm tired of him. But
I think that would be good though. Urban Meyer should, but like I said, if it's going to happen, Urban Meyer should be the president and GM. He should be the front office, and then let Eric Bieniemy come in and be the head coach. And I think that would be a good change of pace for the Redskins. I think that trying to be like a shot of adrenaline for the Washington Redskins. I think that they will I think that shit. Yeah, this shit would be very interesting to see what will happen.
Yes.
It would be very interesting.
Yes, man. I heard the Falcons said they're going to keep Quinn.
Oh my
20
God.
until 20. Yeah, they're going to see what he can do.
No.
One more season.
No. Fire.
I heard the Falcons.
I mean, I know we 5-9. That shit pissed me off when somebody was like, I said, oh yeah, we 4. I was like, we 4-10. And they was like, no, y'all.
Yeah, y'all are 5-9.
Like,
that was incorrect on the show last time.
Man.
Y'all
I was
5-9.
like, God damn it, man.
We're 3-11 now. We
I
are
really
3-11.
wanted us to tank, man, because I really like that kid Chase Young, but he said Chase Young don't know if he going.
Man, all of that shit. You know who else said that? Before the draft, Michael Vick said he was going to come back to Virginia Tech for one more season, so he was going to be theoretically be the first pick of the 2002 draft. Boy, someone got Mike Vick's here, and they said, hey, bruh, go be the number 1 pick. Hey, like, for the Chargers, and then the Falcons trade up, or the Chargers trade back and drafted LT and shit. But, yeah, Chase Young's definitely coming out.
It has to be tight, though, but, man, yeah, I'll still fight Dan Quinn, because 5-9 is unacceptable, because now you got the chance of
Y'all bringing him back. Blank said he's coming back.
7-9, going 7-9 in this season, or we're going to end the season 5-11. Like, man, that is just embarrassing. The motherfucking Buccaneers got a better record than us. God damn, son. Famous Jameis, man. God.
And they got Bruce Arians, and hey, he was cooking last week.
And you know what? I told everybody that in the beginning of my fantasy league. I told them if you're going to go with a tight quarterback, and you're going to get you deep into the
I had him as my backup.
Jameis Winston will do it because every team that Bruce Arians go to,
The quarterback
does really well.
Mm-hmm.
They do very well. So hey, watch out, man.
Yeah, no bullshit. He right. And Jameis has had his ups and downs. I think he leads the league in interceptions, but
he gotta get that shit. He gotta get his accuracy together. But I mean, he's doing his thing though.
I definitely feel you on that. You know, it's funny. Kind of mentioning that, guys saying shit and not really meaning it or changing their mind later. So I was reading about Sugar Ray Leonard from Prince George's County, by the way, who was he was a welterweight and a middleweight and kind of in that region. I think he was 5'10", I think, around 160 pounds or so, and had some classic fights, was a great fighter. I think some people don't put him as high up as they should, because if you look at his resume compared to some other guys, he took some years off in between, and because his retina, and then because he said he lost his love for the game and everything like that. But what was interesting about Sugar Ray Leonard was I was reading that after he won a gold medal at the 1976 Olympics and shit, the city of Glen Arden had got him a scholarship to the University of Maryland, right? Because they were so proud of him because of what he'd done. So after he won the gold medal, they were interviewing him, and he said, "I'm done. I've accomplished everything. Like, I've accomplished my dream. This is what I want. I wanted to get a gold medal. I've done everything I need to do. My fighting days are over." Bruh, after a couple months, someone probably told him, because he had a 2-year-old son, and someone probably told him, like, bruh, if you don't go be a boxer, bruh, like, you can make $10 million boxing. Like, the University of Maryland's great and everything, but if boxing doesn't work out, you can always use that money to go to the University of Maryland to buy their own thing yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think eventually he paid off the scholarship now. Like, he paid the joint off back to the city of Glen Arden and shit, which was dope. But, yeah, bruh, he was tripping, bruh. Like, if how you win a gold medal at the 76 Olympics and say, "I'm not turning pro"? Like, bruh, as good as you are, oh, fuck no. We better see where this boxing thing takes us. Like, let's see if we can make it to the big time, man. Let's see if you can become a big time fighter. And he did. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the best fighters, pound for pound, of the 1980s. You know what I'm saying? Like, was a fucking beast. But yeah, I just thought that shit was crazy though. Motherfucker talking about, "I'm done." Like, nah, you what? You done? Boy, let's see if we can take this boxing thing to the top.
Do
Forget the University of Maryland.
Do your thing.
I thought that shit was crazy.
Shit is crazy.
But
That boy a dog though.
yeah, man, he was. Sugar Ray Leonard was a beast.
Man, speaking of Adrian Brown, that boy got.
Oh yeah, that was what I said next.
30,000. 830,000. That boy got paid that shit out, man.
Taxes.
Nah, he got paid out to his woman that accused.
830,000. I didn't even hear about that shit.
For either assault or sexual assault, I believe. Yeah, AB, get it together, man.
What do you got? Like $2.5 million for the Pacquiao fight or something like that?
I don't know.
That was his price before like the pay-per-view numbers and shit like that. But god damn, bro, like, when's your man gonna get back, man?
I don't know, man. That's hard to tell now. AB is tripping. I don't know what's
Tripping
going on.
big shoes.
Shit, man. That's sad to see for real though, because it's like there's so much talent. You don't want to see somebody with so much talent just throw that shit all away. But then again, it's like you're a grown man. You should know, like, you should want to do better for yourself. You see what's going on. What are you doing? Like, you out here acting like an asshole. You out here making an ass of yourself. You out here not taking shit serious. You're not training. You're just out here just doing just idiotic stuff. It's just sad. It's a waste of talent. It's not good. It's really not good. Like, it sucks because when he's on it, he's
a really good fighter.
He's a really good fighter when he's on it. He is a really good fighter. It's just he lacks motivation, and it's not. And it's, I'm saying he lacks motivation, but at the same time, it's like he's past that age where people can be like, "Oh, he's going to get it together." No. Like, he lacks motivation, and he's of age to know that you got to be on your grind. You got to be on your grind in this sport.
You're gonna get old real fast.
Yeah, either you won it, or you don't. And man, that Pacquiao fight showed it, and then now this incident, it's like, man, come on, bro. And the incidents in between, it's like, dude, come on, man, get yourself together, man.
Nah, I feel that. Wish the best for AB. Hopefully he can get his together, get himself situated, and it'd be great to see him back in the ring. You know,
It would, most definitely.
It would. It's something interesting. My brother was talking about. My brother was a big UFC fan, and Jordan already knows what I'm coming with. And my brother, he used to like the UFC real heavy, and his favorite fighter back in the day was Chuck Liddell. That was his dude. And I was looking up Chuck Liddell. They said he was 6'2", about 205. And as soon as I saw his size, I said, you know who he's the big ass? Motherfucking Joe Louis. And I told my brother that, and he was like, "Oh, Liddell would punish Joe Louis." I said, "What?" I said, I know he beat him in the cage, but in the boxing ring, Joe Louis would punish Chuck Liddell." And he said, "Nah." He said Chuck Liddell would beat Joe Louis. And I just got to thinking about it. I said, yeah, they're about the same size and shit. I forgot what Chuck Liddell's reach was and shit, but I know Joe Louis had, probably had the reach advantage. I think Joe Louis would knock Chuck Liddell the fuck out. I mean, I never saw Joe Louis fight live, and I never really saw Chuck Liddell fight in his prime, because I was looking at Chuck Liddell's age. By the time I even knew who Chuck Liddell was, about 2005, 2006, he was about 35, 36 years old. So I never saw Liddell in his prime, but I'm assuming you did. And we never saw Joe Louis. We've only seen Joe Louis on the highlights. In a boxing match,
yes,
Joe Louis would punish Chuck Liddell. Would beat his ass.
Yeah, any of them dudes ain't standing up against no skilled heavyweight boxer. He a light heavyweight too, so he's fighting.
But I'm saying he was like 205. Him and Joe Louis was like the same size.
So 205 and 205 is heavyweight.
And they was both 6'2", 205, yeah.
So when UFC is like heavy, I forgot about that shit.
Let me see what the reach advantage would be.
I don't even care about the reach advantage. Joe Louis probably
in a boxing ring, Joe Louis would punish Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, he would
knock out like third round, like TK out, like the ref would be like.
No, he might punish him in the first round.
I'm giving some respect to Chuck Liddell. Like maybe he could try to outrun him or something. What was Joe Lewis's reach?
You gonna make Joe Lewis mad. You try to run around, he gonna
Joe Lewis had a 76-inch reach. He really didn't have that long of a reach of his, but he was a beast though. So I'm like Joe Lewis used to punish it. Like, where's Chuck Liddell's reach? Chuck Liddell has a where's his reach? Where's his reach? I don't see his reach. But anyway, so yeah, Chuck Liddell versus Joe Lewis. I think motherfucking Joe Lewis would punish him. Like, there's no way Chuck Liddell is reach. Oh, 76. So they got the same reach, same height, same weight, but we're talking about the bronze bomber and the motherfucking ring. Like, nah, I think Chuck Liddell would be in fucking trouble. Like, so there's no way Joe Lewis would lose to Chuck Liddell.
This man only lost 3 times in his career.
And he had the big fight in 38 when he fought Schmeling. He'd have been, what, like 24 years old when he fought Schmeling. Like when he rematched him. Shit, he lost to Schmeling and then beat him in 38. He lost to him in 36 and then beat him in 38. And I think he was born in 1914, right? So, yeah, so when he lost to Schmeling in 36, he was 22. Then when he beat him in 38, he would have been 24. And so hypothetically, from what I've read, that the best Joe Lewis was before World War II. So hypothetically, take 1940 Joe Lewis. He'd have been 26. And from what I read about Chuck Liddell, in his prime, he was 30. So it'd been like 2000. So take 30-year-old Chuck Liddell versus 26-year-old Joe Lewis. Same height, same weight, same reach.
Joe Lewis gonna knock his ass out.
Yeah. Do you think Chuck Liddell could make it to 3?
Man, he ain't gonna make it out of 1.
he ain't gonna make it out of the first round?
No.
Joe Lewis could knock him down.
His stand-up game is okay for that mixed martial arts stand-up stuff, but when it comes to like boxing, and general Chuck Liddell is a kickboxer though. He's a kickboxer. He has a boxing background, but at the same time, I don't think he's gonna be able to. No, I'll give him 3rd round, but I don't think so.
Yeah, Joe Lewis, 3rd round.
And Chuck Liddell got a weak ass chin too, so you gotta be careful about that.
100%. They didn't call Joe Lewis the bronze bomber. I mean the brown bomber for no reason. But nah, Joe Lewis lost 3 times. He lost to what's his name? Schmeling, Max Schmeling in 36, but then he avenged it in 38. You know what I'm saying? So he avenged that loss. When he was old, people thought he won the joint against Jersey Joe Walcott, who was also the referee in the Phantom Punch fight, by the way, who never refereed again after he blew that fight. But that's neither here nor there. He fought Jersey Joe Walcott, and some people thought that Walcott won the fight, and it was ruled a split decision. So Joe Lewis won that joint, and then he rematched, and he knocked Walcott out in the 11th round of the next fight. So then he took a year off, and he lost to Ezra Charles and shit, who was for real light heavy, but I guess he moved up to heavyweight, and so he beat Joe Lewis. But by this time, Joe Lewis would have been, in 1950, he'd have been 36. So for real, he should have retired after the Jersey Joe Walcott fight. But then he won a couple more fights, and then in 51, he fought Rocky Marciano, was TKO'd in the 8th round against Marciano, but then again, that was a 37-year-old Joe Lewis, like
so,
who was finished by that.
And that's an Asian Joe Lewis who everybody knows Rocky Marciano. If he would have fought in prime Joe Lewis probably would have punished Rocky Marciano.
But between 36 and 1950, he didn't lose a fight.
And that's because he was a beast.
Yeah, Joe Lewis used to punish shit like.
He lost 3 times in his career.
Yeah.
And then the first loss he was able to avenge, and the Ezra Charles loss he didn't get to avenge.
He was 66-3. Joe Lewis. How many knockouts? 52 knockouts. But they was fighting 15-round fights back in the day, so I'm sure he had a lot of later knockouts. From what I've read about Joe Lewis, he wasn't like a huge puncher, but you know what I'm saying? He was great. Like, he threw them combinations, and he was a beast. Like, he was a motherfucking monster. Like, motherfuckers couldn't beat him. I think I texted to you from the joint from MASH. The motherfuckers, like, when reflecting on his childhood, he said, you know where you stood in those days. Roosevelt was always the president and Joe Louis was always the champ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Roosevelt was president for like 12 years and Joe Louis was the champ for like 10 years. So, I don't feel like you can. I feel like you can't be heavyweight champion for like 10 years and not be a motherfucking monster. Like, no matter when you fought of any time. Like, so Chuck Liddell, who was good. He was a tough guy, but nah, not in a boxing match. He ain't beating Joe Louis. Maybe in the probably beat him in the cage. Not in the boxing match. No way, Jose. So that's that. Just was an interesting discussion that me and my brother were having. And I thought I would share it with the show. But so what's going on in modern day boxing, man? What's Mikey Garcia said he wants to fight Jesse Vargas?
February.
Man, oh man, how you see that joint going, man?
Man, I don't know. It might not go the way that Mikey thinks it's going to go in 147 for him. I think
I hope he loses.
because he should go back down to. It should be. I mean, even though it should be a good fight versus Vargas, because now Garcia is able to. He's been probably walking around with that weight for a little bit, so now he knows how to carry it. But at the same time,
That's a good point.
man, I don't know if he doesn't fit the welterweight division. He belongs in the 135, maybe 140. But anything else, no.
You know, they were saying that he might fight Prograis, who just had that loss. Regis Prograis from New Orleans. I was reading that before the Vargas news was announced, they were saying that he might fight him. I actually think that would be a better fight. Like, both of them coming off a loss, and they could fight at 140. That's where Prograis fights at. I think that would be a better fight, like, than fighting Jesse Vargas if he moved that back. Not back down, but I mean, he moved to 140. I think that would be good. What would you think about him fighting Prograis? Like, do you think that would be better, or do you like that him fighting Vargas?
Yeah, man, I want him to fight Lomachenko.
He knows he can't beat Loma, like, he knows he can't. I mean, what's the point of fighting a guy if you know you can't beat him?
It's just running away, man. He was running. He ran away from the division because he was afraid to fight somebody. That's kind of
Cowardice.
yeah, it is cowardice. But if I would like him to fight Progress, that would be a good fight right there. I think that would be a really good fight between them two at 140, 147. Though I don't know. I'm just not keen on him at 147. Maybe after this fight, maybe if this fight does happen, but like I said, they said it was his next fight. They eyed for February with Jesse Vargas.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if it happens, I'll watch and see what goes down.
It'd be a 50-50 fight. I mean, but you made a good point, though, that he has been walking around and, you know, and having his mindset on 147 for this amount of time. So, and he'll be looking to avenge his loss of Spence. So maybe he'll come out and do good versus Vargas. Part of me thinks Vargas is going to piece him up, though. So Jesse Vargas is a good fighter. So anyway, should be interesting. What was going down at we got Harrison Charlo this weekend. Bad blood. Should be a good fight, which I feel like is a 50-50 fight. We talked about it a little bit before, but did you have anything you wanted to add on that joint? Like,
I think that Harrison might take this fight.
Ooh. How you leaning, like, percentage-wise? Where you at?
52%.
52% Harrison?
Yeah, give him a slight edge. I like Harrison. Harrison, he hasn't been talking. It's like the person who talks shit the most, sometimes they end up not being able to back it up.
A wise man told me the loudest barrels make the most noise.
So
I mean, the empty barrels make the most noise. You know what I'm saying?
I think that Charlo is a little bit too hyped this time around. I think that he's going to go in there with a lot of emotion. I think Harrison's going to be able to play off of it. I think that Harrison is getting in his head, and I think that he is in his head. And I think that it's going to take a toll in that ring. So if Charlo doesn't check his emotions, Harrison's gonna take this fight.
Check his motherfucking ego.
It's not gonna be about knockout though. I don't never see either one of them Charlo brothers getting knocked out. I don't see them getting knocked out.
It's gonna be a 12-round decision.
Yeah, because it's just them dudes is too good. Yo, don't get me wrong. Charlo ain't no slouch. Neither one of them are. Jamal, this is Jamil. So Jamil is not a slouch, and Jamil is an excellent fighter. But I just think that Tony Harrison's going to win this fight.
Yeah, I definitely can see that perspective, can see that point of view, and I can't wait for Saturday. That joint should be popping. I think it's on regular Fox, so motherfuckers will be tuned in for that joint and be ready to see that motherfucker live. And then we talked about it. Then Tank Davis fights next week's fights Gamboa.
Yes.
Should be an interesting matchup. Tank should piece his ass up. It's not going to be a 50-50 fight like, say, Harris and Charlo. This joint,
You never know.
Tank like 65, 35.
You never know.
For real out this motherfucker. But you never do know. There always can be upsets.
Tough opponent.
There always can be upsets. Nah, I feel you. There always can be upsets. There always can be crazy shit that happened. When Joshua was fighting Ruiz the first time, you know what I'm saying? I said Joshua win, third round knockout. Like, we didn't even get half the joint on the TV because we wasn't expecting nothing to go off. Like, we thought Joshua would get that easy dub. And what happened? You know what I'm saying? Ruiz knocked him out. Well, that shit ain't happened the second time. But you never know with boxing. Boxing's a crazy fucking sport. And anything is possible. Especially with the heavyweights. Like, one punch can knock a fool smooth the fuck out. So, anyway, hey, there was also supposed to be a fight on the 14th, and the joint got canceled. And I've been reading up on it. It was supposed to be in like some little series, some little boxing series, and they've had other fights previously, but it was the dude Martis Bridas or someone. He was fighting this dude Dorinkos or something. They were cruiserweights. It was supposed to be in Lithuania or Latvia or whatever fucking country over in Europe that was, but the joint got canceled and shit. And so anyway, I'll give you updates on that. I was actually looking forward to that joint. I wasn't gonna watch it, but I want to see who won because both of them are like big time fighters in the cruiserweight division. I think Usyk beat both of them Bammers, but I was looking forward to see who won between them. So see, that's what I understand. Like, we fuck with the heavyweights real heavy. The division right under it, people don't be liking the cruiserweights. Like, I don't be getting no information on the cruiserweights. I look it up. I'm like, bruh, these motherfuckers is like the junior heavyweights for real.
Pink and lane.
Either a light heavy or a cruiserweight or a heavyweight. I mean, see, I think they should combine the light heavy and the cruiserweights. Like, because I feel like a guy who's 175 or 180 can fight a guy that's 200. Like, a man that's, you know what I'm saying, 175 can't fight a guy that's 215 or 220. But a man that's 175 can fight a guy that's 200, though. Theoretically, and that's on the extreme ends, though. Say a guy's 185. I feel like he could fight a guy that's 195. Like, you feel me? Or a guy that's 195 could fight a guy that's 180. Theoretically. So I think they should combine the divisions. You know what I'm saying? And, like, if you over 175, you probably, more than likely, Bama's going to be at least like 5'10". And if you, on the cruiserweight side, I mean, cruiserweights usually don't be bigger than 6'3", 6'4". Like, I feel like it could work. Like, I don't think it's too much of a size discrepancy. So, I've talked about it before. I think some of the weight classes should be combined and shit like that. So, speaking about the heavyweights, though, we talked about previously that Tyson Fury had fired his trainer and shit. And recently it came out that Tyson Fury would like Anthony Joshua to be in camp with him. Jordan, what do you think about that shit? That baloney, jabroni, ass shit. What is Tyson Fury doing? We were talking about a little bit before the show. Can you kind of give the fans your opinion on what the fuck is going on with Tyson Fury, or what do you think is going through his fucking head right now?
that's just weird. Because these are the same two guys that really didn't like each other for real. You talking about who didn't like each other? These guys really wanted to fight each other. When Fury came back, he was gunning for Joshua, and Joshua was ready. Like Joshua was like, "Bring it on!" But their paths just never crossed. So this is kind of weird. I mean, it's just I don't know, stupid shit. What are they gonna spar each other? What is it? They're gonna get into a sparring match and Fury's gonna knock Joshua out in sparring, and they're gonna talk about it like, I knocked Anthony Joshua out in sparring.
Oh man!
Like, oh my goodness! Now here you go with this shit. I don't know. Whatever. Man, they're both Brits, so that's what they do with each other. Oh, forgive me, you forgot he's a gypsy, but same shit. So
essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So,
and Joshua's from his folks from Nigeria, but they're both ethnically British.
So yeah, but I guess like it's that thing. There's training with each other. Maybe he likes Joshua's trainers, and maybe that's what it is. And maybe he likes Joshua's camp. Maybe Joshua's camp. And you know what's crazy? Maybe he's trying to prepare like Joshua did for Ruiz, that he wants to be like for Wilder. Because if you think about it, Wilder is kind of like a brawler, and Ruiz was a brawler, and they both want to brawl with you. They don't want to sit there and trade shots. But on the other hand, Wilder will sit and trade shots with you if he has to. He will fight technical with you if he has to. It might be sloppy, and it might not be as proficient as your technique, but it's worthy. He's still a bronze medalist, and he's still an Olympian. So you gotta give that man respect on that. So maybe he's just trying to get different ideas when it comes to his second approach, when it comes to his rematch with Wilder. And I mean, I'm not against that, but if it's anything like some stupid ass shit like hey, we're going to spar, knock them out, and blah, blah, they're going to take pictures and hold each other's cocks. I don't got time for that shit, man.
All right, thank you. I think Jordan needs a round of applause for that, man. I agree fucking completely. Like, it's crazy. Like, you want to work with Joshua. What are you doing? Bruh, to me, it shows motherfuckers is scared. Like, I hate to keep reiterating this point, but motherfuckers is scared. When motherfuckers want to team up and not fight each other, they want to team up because we're ethnically British, or we want to team up. Who y'all teaming up against?
That's like...
Who y'all teaming up against? Because y'all motherfuckers are scared out here. And I'm just tired of the baloney of all the politics or all the sideways shit or even all the fans in the United States who be talking about something. Wilder ducked Joshua. No. Y'all don't understand. Joshua ducked Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Fury ducked Wilder for a year because he was still trying to recover after he, had to get, barely woke the fuck up. Like, no, Bama's is scared out here in these streets. Like, Bama's is scared of the number one fighter in boxing right now. Like, that's what's really going down. And, like, I get tired of motherfuckers trying to paint that picture like it's something else. Like, nah, son. Y'all motherfuckers are scared, son. Like, so I cannot wait till that joint come February 22nd. Like, R.I.P. to Tyson Fury. Like, so if I'm Wilder, I want to knock his ass out. Like, this win got to be a statement W. Like, first draw, cool, tight ass fight. You know what I'm saying? I had Fury barely winning. No. This motherfucker cannot go 12. This motherfucker can't go 7. What the joint where Ortiz went 7? This motherfucker with Fury can't even go 7. He got to knock Fury the fuck out. Knock him out.
I mean,
put him to sleep. Bruh.
That's what he's looking to do.
Right? He gotta do it, bruh. I mean, he don't gotta do it. I mean, getting the W is the most important thing. But if you want to make the big statement, I say knock Fury out in 6, and that's gonna be my prediction. Fury's getting KO'd in 6. He getting done, donish, finished, over, kaput. Lineal champion. Wilder gonna be the lineal champion. Fuck is he talking about?
So
and then Tyson, and then Dillian White fat ass getting in next. His bitch ass don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Wilder, bro. This motherfucker would punish me. I'm one to call motherfucker fat, and this motherfucker like 8 inches taller than me. But It don't matter though. You know what I'm saying? My man Wilder gonna finish him off too, cause he been talking.
I don't even want to hear his name. He's not.
He been talking crazy.
He's gonna come in. If he comes into the fight in all seriousness, he comes in the fight the way that he did into the fight that he fought just recently, he will not stand a chance. Like he was gassed by the third round. That is terrible. Both of those dudes came in. I mean, the dude.
The other dude was like 37.
I mean, yeah, but and he looked like he was in okay shape for 37. But Dillian White, though,
horrible.
Jesus Christ, really horrible. He looked like the Michelin Man. It was terrible. So if he think he's gonna, because they were showing a graphic of Dillian White, and I was like, why the graphic don't look like him? That shit, man. He needs to get like that graphic, because if he's going to come and fight Wilder, it's going to be, and he's going to come in that physique, and he's going to come in that state. You can't get out the third round and you're gassed. Oh my God, you're going to be like Stavern. You might even be worse.
I think he's a better fighter than Stavern.
He is, but it's going to be like Stavern.
Yeah, it's just going to get real ugly.
That's what it's going to be like.
Mm-hmm. Real fast. And that's one thing you motherfuckers can't take away from Wilder. Have you ever seen Wilder in bad shape? Have you ever seen Wilder?
He's always in good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he works hard every fight. Like, he's gotten to this level and is still fucking hungry. And
I can say that about AJ too. They both stay in good shape. Nah, AJ did.
He was a little chunky for the. He was like 247.
The first fight he had on a lot of muscle and he was bulked up. Then now he's slimmed down for the last fight.
Yeah, he got his shit together.
So
that's why I think it's a better weight for AJ though. It's like 235. Like this motherfucker was 247, like approaching 250. Like what is you doing?
He's always ripped. He stays in good physique. Both of them always stay in good physique. So
Wilder about 215. I think that's a good weight. See, when he fought Fury the first time, he was 209. He was 209 pounds. Like what? Like. Why you go down this? Well, I mean, I'm sure it probably wasn't on purpose, but yeah. And I think it was 217 when he fought Ortiz. Like that's about right. 215, 217, right in that range. Don't go under 210, and don't go north of 220. So stay right in the 215 range. I think that's a good weight for Wilder. And hey, for a motherfucker that's 215, fighting man is as big as. You know what I'm saying? He be holding his own, dog. That right hand just... I know motherfuckers probably looking at this like, man, y'all crazy. Y'all be fucking Wilder heavy. Like, man, that's my guy, man. And I think he's the best heavyweight in the world. And that's my favorite division. So, it don't matter. I'm gonna call it how I see it. Shit, though. Man, I ain't really talk about much last show. They said Bob Arum was saying that he don't think Errol Spence is going to fight in 2020, man. What do you think about that? Like, do you think that he's gonna come back? Like Bob Arum was saying, they think the injury is worse than what Errol let on.
Bob Arum just need to shut his goddamn.
Bob Arum is not his promoter. You know what I'm saying? Because he's with Errol Spence is with PBC and shit. Al Heyman. You don't hear Al Heyman running his fucking track.
So tell Bob Arum that I like Bob, but tell old man Bob to shut his goddamn mouth. He don't need you talking. He don't know what's going on. If Errol said that he escaped with no scratches, he escaped with no scratches.
No broken bones. I think he had.
With no broken bones, and he escaped with no broken bones. Call it how it is.
Yeah, no bullshit. Do you think he comes back in 2020?
Yeah, late 2020.
Late 2020. I have to take a couple months off, probably on the other side of June, June 30th. Shit. All right. Well, that's a bet. Did you have any news in wrestling or anything that's been going down? All good. I think I forgot to mention Joe Burrow won the Heisman and shit.
Fuck Joe Burrow. Should have been Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had better numbers. Out of all the quarterbacks, he had better numbers.
But you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
They went undefeated.
Yeah, I understand.
That's how it goes. You know what's funny? I saw Todd McShay saying that last season he had Joe Burrow rated as like a 5th or 6th rounder. And it's crazy how, like, now in 2020, for the 2020 draft, he'll probably be a top 5 pick. You feel me? Like, isn't it crazy how his stock just jumped up? Had a great year with LSU, and hey, That's how she goes, man. That's the advantage of college football. That's how college basketball used to be. When guys used to, you know what I'm saying? Guys used to go to the pros, like Magic Johnson stayed like 2 years in Michigan State. Michael Jordan went to UNC for 3 years. Like, there were guys who didn't stay all 4 years. Shaq left after like 2 or 3 years. Like, there were guys who didn't stay, but yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You went to college, like, you played college ball. You went there for at least 2 or 3 years, like, at least. And, anyway, you try to improve your stock in college. You know what I'm saying? You could be a good high school player, and then you could, you know, not do good in college and not get drafted or be a lower draft pick. And if anybody out there knows about the guy Diamond Stone, that's a cautionary tale. Like, I think all the high school players should know about Diamond Stone. This motherfucker was a top 10 recruit, went to Maryland, left after his freshman year, after an okay year as a freshman, could have stayed. At least he could have. This motherfucker could have stayed all 4 years for real. You know what I'm saying? And hey, and the shit didn't pan out. I think he's in the G League, or if he's not in the G League, he's overseas somewhere. And shit gets real, man. Enjoy the college experience. That's what I say. Like, have a good time, man. Try to make it work until the system changes. Man, make the most of that shit. Like, that's how I feel. But anyway, I kind of got sidetracked. But this is J&J Boxing. You know what I'm saying? We make sure to like, share, subscribe. Jordan, tell them anything you want to add to.
Oh man, make sure y'all keep up with the show.
And keep watching boxing. Great fights this weekend.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all right, we out. Keep your guard up. We'll see you next time. Bye.